very slowly as they come out, led by their skipper, Alan Thompson. This is the full team. Graham Eadie, John Rebo, Chris Close, Michael Blake, Phil Carey, Alan Thompson, Phil Blake, Paul McCabe, Bruce Walker, Paul Button, Terry Randall, Ray Brown, Jeff Gerard and coach Ray Ritchie. And now a loud roar proclaim the fact that the Grizzlies are coming out. And they are no doubt the sentimental favourites. Let's see the team. Larry Kelly, Andrew Simons, Simon Brockwell, John Adam, Chris Luckman, Mitchell Cox, Paul McCaffrey, Mark Graham, Peter Cross, Keith Harris, Don McKinnon, John Gray, Steve Mayo and coach Ron Willey. The referee, Mr. John Gosha. Away they go. Manly kicking off. North Sydney receiving the ball. Mark Graham has it. And North, of course, in their red uniform. The first bust of the match as Graham gets a one-handed pass to Brockwell, brings it back to halfway. Barry Ross on the sideline.
And a great start for North Sydney there with that burst from Graham. And he won the toss for North Sydney, and they decided to take first use of this strong nor'easter.
All right, so get up. Mitchell Cox. Lovely break by Cox. And Thompson comes at him with the assistance of Rebo and puts him down. About 12 yards out. Adam. McCaffrey. Gray. Graham. Last tackle. McCaffrey evades one tackle. Stands up, gets a bad pass away, a good pass away rather. 6 to go, it was touched in flight. Manly on the rack, 2 yards out from their line. John Gray putting his head down and going hard. They forced him back into the field of play. McKinnon trying to get himself there. He's been stopped again in the field of play. He's only inches away. So try to McKinnon. Got up and played it forward. Manly players complaining bitterly. The head-on shot will show that. This is the side-on shot. Well, that's going to be a controversial one, I feel. Just played it straight through the ruck, but a lot of dissent there from Manly players. John Gray now from about 20 yards out. He's about 15 yards off centre. Hits the left-hand upright and ricochets away. And that's a bad miss. It's a relatively simple conversion, that one. North 3, Manly 0. Now they've worked the play. There's the ball stolen. That'll be a penalty against, I think, Mayo. Let's just see it again. Here we go. At that point, a very obvious penalty. Graham Eadie only 20 yards out. He's about probably 20 yards off centre. 40 goals from 58 attempts, 69.0%. Kicked 10 from 10 last week against South Sydney. Not that one. There's an unbelievable miss from a man who kicked 10 from 10. So the score remains as it was. North Sydney 3, Manly 0. Carey has it. Loses the ball. Also come up with it. That's the fourth occasion in the opening 19 minutes that Manly, in the opening 23 minutes, the main clock has stopped. That they've lost the ball on the first occasion, first tackle. Error situation. 5-3. Manly have created the most number of errors. Randall. Yes, the main clock here in the cricket ground appears to have stopped after 20 minutes. Got a bit tired there. Ray Brown. McCabe into the clear. Just knocked away to Thompson on the halfway line. Somebody's shoe being thrown well away. Still on halfway. Ray Brown. Paul Vaughton. Desperately trying to unload a pass there, but couldn't get his arms free. Fast tackle.
Okay, but dummy half with only one shoe on.
Walker. There's an intercept being taken by Simons. And McCabe still going around with one shoe. The other one is been thrown elsewhere by a North Sydney player. Thompson. Thompson to Michael Blake. Steps nicely into Thompson. Plenty of ball movement now. Now Manly standing in a bunch again. Thompson putting his head down, dummying, and then going on his own, a full pirouette. Long floating pass out to Gerard, knocked down, picked up, 6 to go. Gerard's intention was very good to get it quickly out there to the left to Rebo. Gordon is rounded, bursting through, in for a try. Well, that's threat there. There was no try on, it was man for man, and the veteran, the warhorse of the Manly team, comes up with a try that's put them level. See it again. Straight through, 2 defenders. Mark Graham was the first, and I think John Gray was the other. I may have done Gray an injustice, we'll see from head on. It's Mark Graham, a clutching type of tackle here that does nothing. No, the other one was Harris, who has already been down injured for some length of time, and Randall in beside the post. Second attempt from Graham Eadie, only 10 yards out, about 8 yards off centre. Oh, that one snuck in on their right hand upright too, but Manly hit the front. Manly 5, North 3. On the sideline, he's been down once rather lengthily. That's an arm or a wrist problem. And is that the one he was treated for before, Barry?
Yes, it is. And he's been down, I think, 3 times with that injury, Rex. Once very close to the North Sydney try line, and not so long ago he sat down after a tackle for a couple of seconds. And that's the 3rd time now. Okay. One really very concerned out there with him. Ran down from the grandstand to talk to John Gray. Okay,
back to the kickoff. Carey takes it. And gets out over the quarter.
Gray back on the field now for North Sydney.
Randall. No doubt pumped that by that try. Not generally remember that he played in the centre for Manly at the start of his career.
That's right, way back in 71 or thereabouts. And
lovely pass to McCabe. McCabe sights an opening and loads a pass out to Carey, back inside to Vaughton. Vaughton's up the sideline and tackled well, midway between the North quarter and halfway. Crowd applauding this football. Thompson, Gerard, a little dummy, a step, knocked down. Who's got it? Still his. Must have been 5 points to 3. And that was a despairing dive as Walker took that, but put him down. Ray Brown. Michael Blake, right through the gap, he's got support. Rebounds in for a try. Magnificent football from Manly. And North Sydney in total disarray at the moment. They're streaming back from up near halfway. See the action again. Ray Brown's pass beautifully there onto Michael Blake. Blake diagonal, then angled back. And Rebo was there to touchdown from head on. Ray Brown. And that's a pass that is just so beautifully executed. And Michael Blake did everything right there. Got it to Rebo, the big fella, able to get down. Eadie's 3rd attempted goal, about 18 yards out, about 15 yards off centre. Struck that well. That's another 2 points for Manly with about 33 minutes gone. The conversion, of course, made it 10-3 in Manly's favour as Gray kicks off. Ball ricocheted off the post and straight back to Eadie. He takes play to within about 3 yards of the quarter line. There's John Rebo coming midfield. That's a little bit for his corner there from Cross. Rebo's got up and dropped the ball, has he? Gray having trouble with that arm of his, getting the pass away. Adam, Brockwell leaves it behind. I think that's Ray Brown who's come up with it. And there's the hooter in the background. So at half-time, Manly in a top game in terms of entertainment and hard competitive edge, lead by 10 points to 3. The try scorers for Manly have been Terry Randall and John Rebo, and 2 goals to Graham Eadie. For the North Sydney side, Don McKinnon a try. The scrums have gone 6-all. The penalties have gone 4-3 to Manly. We'll be back with more of the same in just a few moments on Seven's Big League. Second half, Harris kicks off for North Sydney. Manly receiving the ball. Eadie will put it back downfield, as she does right now. Kelly to be ringed around by Manly players. Barry Ross has been in the dressing rooms. What have they got to say?
Well, we can see the Manly tactics right from that kick-off. Graham Eadie putting the ball back, taking use of this strong wind. And Ray Ritchie said that we've won the first half, but this is the half that counts. And he said...
Ray Brown. Gerard. Manly pounding away through the forwards. Blake. That's the kick up. Ball's on the ground. Who's got it? It's a Manly try.
Michael Blake.
Michael Blake's come up with a bomb from his brother Phil. A drop ball there in the, about 3 yards out from the line. I was going to comment it was the first test that Kelly had had. And this is the kick from Blake. Everybody onside. They got in each other's way there a bit. Mitchell Cox went up and interfered with his own fullback from head on. Now watch number 6, Mitchell Cox, actually I think knocked Kelly. It was a case of one calling for it, but they both went. Cox couldn't handle it. Blake gets it. Graham Eadie, 10 yards out, 5 yards off centre, 4th attempt. Oh, he squirted that, and it's just gone over. He's not striking the ball well at all today, but Manly 15, North Sydney 3. Terry Randall being roundly applauded as he comes from the field. Being replaced, there he goes. And on the sideline, Ian Thompson waiting to, or he's on the field now. Held but not put down by Wilson. Ray Brown. And there's Phil Blake coming up with a field goal. Just to lengthen that lead fractionally, 16 points to 3 with 11 and a half minutes to go. Let's have a look at that kick and goal. Well, I couldn't see from that shot whether it touched anyone in flight or not. There's a Manly scrum win. Thompson makes a little inroad. 4 yards from the quarter is Les Boyd. It's taking a long while to get off the fallen enemy there. Jeff Gerard right through the middle of the ruck. Rebo's there. Gets it to Rebo. Rebo going hard. Unloaded nicely to Blake. Blake gets it to Michael Blake. He's in for number 2. Phil Blake to Michael Blake. And what a great run from Gerard. Good passing there from Rebo. Michael Blake. Phil Blake to Michael, and watch it again. Gerard right through the meat of the North Sydney ruck. Strides out beautifully. Rebo positioned himself well and did well at that point to unload to Phil Blake, and a nice pass to his brother who's in for his second. Head on. Gerard got him behind Ritchie, who'd gone too far across in cover. And Rebo positioning himself nicely. That was clever stuff. One player there brought undone because of a fallen opponent. And Michael Blake tripped over his own foot. Eadie, 10 yards on the sideline. A low trajectory kick, which he's kicked. Bless my soul, that's 5 from 6 today. It's the first easy one. Only 21, North 3. There's the one between the legs. McCabe comes hard on the burst of the Thompson pass. There's Blake close to being in. He's there. Full stretch. Wasn't held effectively by McKinnon. Comes up with a try. See that again? The acceleration of this young man is quite remarkable. Right through. held but not effectively at full stretch. A try allowed. There it was, right on the line, but on the line is in goal, and that's a try. Edie, another easy one, 26 points to 3. Manly have annihilated North Sydney here at the Sydney Cricket Ground, the preliminary semi-final with under a minute to go, unofficial time. The scorers for the section for North Sydney this week, they'll come up against Eastern Suburbs next week on next Saturday, and Manly will play Parramatta next Sunday. Manly 26, North Sydney 3. For Manly, John Rebo a try, Michael Blake 2 tries, a try to Phil Blake and a try to Terry Randall, and 5 goals from 6 attempts to Graham Eadie. That makes 15 out of 16 in the last 2 matches. For the North Sydney side, their only try came from Don McKinnon. The scrums went 14 to 9 in favour of North Sydney. The penalties 8 to 6 favour of Manly. Our award winner today was the Manly Warringah prop forward Jeff Gerard, who I thought had quite an outstanding game, and I thought was probably the most outstanding player on the field by far. He had several monumentally hard tackles that he pulled off, and a couple of great breaks, one leading to a try. So Jeff Gerard, our award winner. Now, the results of the matches in today's round in the first, second and third grade: Manly 26, North 3 in our match, St George 18, Balmain 2 in reserve grade. In the third grade, Penrith 26, Balmain 15. Now, as a result of the wins and losses over this weekend, this is the football you'll see next Saturday in first, second and third grade. East and Norths in first, second Parramatta and Balmain, third Newtown and Balmain. The loser of these matches, incidentally, is finished for 1982. Passing on to Sunday, Parramatta play Manly in first grade, East play St George in reserve grade, and in third grade Parramatta clash with Penrith. The winners go straight into the grand final from the Sunday matches. Now the winners from Saturday play the losers from Sundays in the final.